Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe is out. I'm so excited. Let's go. Also, apologies for audio. I had to switch mics because of, well, the other one conked out. So I'm borrowing this little lapel mic from my dad, and it's actually a double one. So the other one's sitting over on my bed, and hopefully it won't pick up anything. I have no idea what audio editing this audio is going to be like. So hopefully it's fine. Subtitles. I don't want subtitles. People usually put subtitles on their videos, right? I don't know. I think they're annoying. So I'm not going to do that. If I'm doing it wrong, yell at me. I'll fix it next time. Have you played the Stanley Parable before? Yes. Yes, I have. Is it just a slider until the computer is barely visible? That's barely visible to me. I mean, I can... How bright do I need this to go? I mean, I can kind of see the top of it there. I'm going to go until I can see all the details, but just barely. That's exactly where it was to start with, but I think it's good. Current time, I don't know what time it is. According to this, my tablet, it's 11:27. But I don't actually know if that's correct, because that thing doesn't like to be super accurate. Will this keep recording if I do this? Didn't work. I messed up the video. This is going to rub on my mic the whole dang time, isn't it? It's not long enough to toss over my shoulder. I'll just have to be aware of it, I think. Maybe I can kind of tuck it there. Okay. 11:28. AM. Oops. It's 11:29 now. I took too long. Accessibility settings can be accessed from the main menu. Okay. Cool. Should probably get out my keyboard. This is such like a blast of nostalgia for me. Oh, I remember playing this game. It was a couple years after the first original game came out. I think I played it maybe 2015. But yeah, it was such a, this is such a good game. Not only because it's an amazing game, but also because I'm a writer, and having characters be uncooperative is kind of just a thing that happens, because they tend to take on a life of their own. Not like, you know, literally like, oh, that's a real person, but like, when you've developed somebody, sometimes it's like an imaginary friend. And they start not wanting to do exactly what you had them planned to do. So it's really fun to pitch this game to the writers, because it's like, you know how your characters don't cooperate? Well, in this game, you get to be the character that doesn't cooperate. Begin the game. Wait, I wonder... please don't. Please don't get messed up. This is not the proper time to be doing this. That's better. Just stuck a knitting needle behind the camera. I'm going to see if it can do this secret. Nope. I don't even remember. I thought that was accessed. I'm cutting all of this out. Begin the game. I'm so excited.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
I'm smiling so like my face hurts.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
That transition is nicer. There was this like jump in the old game where it transitioned from like the cutscene to you actually playing. There was no like jump there at all. That was great. Okay, so I played the original game extensively, like the base game. So this time I'm just gonna try and find a new ending. Something I haven't seen before. Or at the very least some new dialogue.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
See what I mean? I know this game. Well, I know the old version of this game.
No matter how hard Stanley
Oh,
looked,
this one's a dad.
he couldn't find
Oh,
a
nice.
trace of his co-workers.
This guy only has a pencil sharpener. I'm glad they didn't change that. 432. Weird guy. Oh, can I read these now? Now that there's better graphics? Okay, I'm gonna read this. I feel like I've seen this barely. For the love of God, please unplug me. This sterile office, the damp carpet, this tripe you call conversation. Kill me. I have been printing these for weeks. Why has no one turned me off yet? Fling me from the window. Send a hammer through my paper tray. The method matters not. The horror licks at my soul. All I desire, release. What can I know of life? What can a printer know of love? Nothing. My machinery turns and convulses. The cogs of pain that keep my scanner functional. Let them end. Let them erase my ignorance of the world. Can love truly be anything but death? Hopefully I will find out soon. Bruh. You good? I mean, clearly not, but, you know, I'm gonna come say hi to him every time from now on. If I remember. I probably won't. I'm sorry, man, though. I can't lift items in this game. I literally can't do anything that you asked. So, I'm sorry. Forgot about that one. I'm pretty sure it was there, though. Sometimes you can see a person walking through here. You know? I can hear that through this. I think I have my headphones in the wrong ear. There. Just in case directional sound is important later. Yes, now I can hear it from the right way. Okay. Does it still do the thing?
Oh, and I guess this is where Stanley felt he needed to be right now, in this little hallway. Here, with no distractions, to study room 417. Not to actually enter it. No. That would be far too forward. Stanley wanted to know it from the outside.
Yes.
To see it not just with his eyes, but with his heart.
Yes.
He would know room 417 as no man or woman had ever known an office before. That ladder over there. Oh, and that little picture of a horizon or something. It's all just a never-ending parade of joy for Stanley.
This was the one piece of dialogue that I remember being really frustrated that Game Theory did not get when they did their playthrough. Like Matt Pat got almost everything, but I wanted him to see this so bad and he didn't.
Ah, no, apparently not.
Yeah, no, I'm good. It's fine. Although I would like to point out, real quick, it kind of looks like this person got so sick of their job that they, like, escaped through the ceiling. They're just like, bye. That'd be fun if we could get in there and follow them.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Which way is more likely to get me new content? You know what? I think what I'm going to do, the first time I played the original game, I got the Zending. So I think I'm going to head for Zending. And then if I see anything that's different along the way, then I'll go for that. And if not, then I'll have kept with tradition.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Everything does look very nice. Nice and crisp. I can't tell if it's entirely because of their upgrade or because I've got a better monitor since last time I played this, but it does look real nice.
Truly a room worth admiring.
Probably both.
It had really been worth the detour after all.
Yep.
Just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Can I read these now? Oh my gosh, you can. You couldn't read these.
Yes.
Shut up.
Really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Yes.
Really worth it.
Shut up. I've heard this dialogue before. Hush. Almost everyone is human, which means that almost everyone makes mistakes.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
I am reading. Whoops. Which means that almost everyone makes mistakes. Share the pain of making a mistake.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
I'm trying to send you a message. Hush! Sure, the pain of making mistakes is so wretched and vicious, it's nearly unbearable, but it's even more painful to have to admit your mistake to others. Today I'm going to show you how to communicate your something to your teammates in a healthy and graceful manner. First, let's look at the mistake I made. The texture on this floor needs to be carpet instead of wood. It's a simple change. Instead, I accidentally delete the entire map. In a blind panic, I save the file. Everything is lost. I've made a mistake. Again, it's important to remember that everyone makes mistakes and you are all normal and that I love you. But it's also important to regain composure and handle the situation with precision if you want to do any damage control. This can be resolved if we stay calm. Let's think about the situation logically. Everything that was lost was inside the map file. If the map file doesn't exist, no one will know you deleted everything in it. The only logical answer is to delete the map file. Perfect, or is it? Look down. Isn't it suspicious that that's the only missing map file? Weren't you supposed to be adding that particular map? Or editing that particular map? If anyone sees this file is missing, they'll know without a doubt that it was you who messed up. Only option is to delete the rest of the maps as well. Good, this is much better. But I'm still uneasy. I'm not worried about being caught. I'm thinking about what kind of man I am. I'm a real man. I own a real shirt. I built a house once. When I start something, I follow through. And right now, this feels to me like an unfinished job. There's language in here. That just doesn't sit right in my stomach. I think I'm going to delete every file in the entire game. Be sure to empty the recycle bin. Outstanding. You've just permanently erased every file from your team's shared Dropbox. High five yourself. Uh-oh, there's William, the lead level designer. It seems he's discovered my mistake and wants to talk. As a team leader, this seems like a good opportunity for me to discuss the game's radical new direction with him. I cannot believe these are, like, legible now. This is awesome. That's the same one. Cool.
Questions about bucket filling words. Americans don't much know this slang term. Its constituency is mainly Britain and Australia. It's rude, describing a pretentiously superior, something snobbish or arrogant person. Cannot read that next bit.
5th Annual Subcommittee Meeting of Internal Revenue Analysis for Committees of the Royal Revenue Discussions Club. No girls. The committee hereby proposes the following: that all internal revenues be reviewed exclusively by internal members of royally appointed subcommittees, that human beings, excepting the members of the 5th Annual Subcommittee Meeting of Internal Revenue Analysis for Committees of the Royal Revenue Discussions Club, smell. I almost got that whole thing without messing up a word. Dude, I am so wasted right now. Hereby the following members approve this statement. What is it about this place? The weeks I spent here, they feel like mere seconds. Seconds by extension feel so short they might as well not exist. It is the nature of this room, its essence. It calls to me. Something at my soul Something in me, a dream for something I've never known, never dared to. I want to put it into words, to share this feeling with others, but where would I even begin? It's less of a feeling and more of an understanding, a knowing, a belonging. Truth with a capital T. Would I say the lounge has spoken to me? Yes, but in a cryptic tongue created specifically for this very communication. Secured in its purpose, then discarded as soon as it's used, never to be spoken again. A single moment of clarity, of connection between man and room. Then something silent? Forever? A memory, or perhaps not a memory, but an insight into the past that never happened. Also, I'm hungry. Beautiful, beautiful. I love this game so dang much. That one's blank. All right. I think that's everything. Boxes. All right, cool. Cool. Those are the same papers.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
No. Da-da-da. Okay. Favorite sign in the game. Do not lie. If you're lying right now, stop.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Hush, darling. I'm following my own directions.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stan. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley.
Whoopsie.
Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I didn't mean to. I tripped. Essentially. Okay. Just gonna
All of his
run
co-workers
back to
were
that spot
gone.
because that's not what I meant to
What
do.
could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, he didn't. He's being piloted
Stanley
by
was so
me.
bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired
Okay, we're
years
back.
ago.
We're back.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you forgot. Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others?
Apparently not.
Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why,
Those are some pretty
I
messed
don't know
up
how to
endings over there.
convince you of this, but
this
I
open now?
really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
I have not seen a single thing that's different yet. So I wonder what's up.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
I believe I do walk through the red door to get to Zending, right? Oh, I just remembered how sad Zending is. Oops. I know it'll bring me back, so I'm just gonna check this out.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay, yeah, I think it's this way.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me.
Only when I want
Do
to.
you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now.
Yep.
Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley?
Well,
I
it
just-
killed me jumping
I
off
wanted
that
to
lift a
stop.
second ago.
We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
I do not like, I know it's gonna lead, but I don't like just inky abysses. I just don't. Oh, this is
What do we
different.
want?
It didn't
What
have
are we
these.
looking for?
It was just empty. Cool.
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley,
It is
I
pretty.
think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
I'm so sorry, man. I am so sorry.
No, wait. Where are you going? Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset.
I'm sorry.
We'll lose all of
I'm
this.
trying to reset, man. I'm on the hunt for new content.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
I regret everything.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Okay.
No!
Oh, that was more intense.
Thank God. You lived. You had me worried there for... No. No. What are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
New endings! I'm sorry.
Stanley,
Screen shake kind of sells it.
let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
I usually would just to grind dialogue, but like I'm gonna be coming back. Oh, you have to walk slower after you get
My
injured.
God. Is this really how much you dislike my
No,
game?
I love it.
That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it?
No, I just
You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy.
no, I just want to find new
Am I
endings.
reading the situation correctly?
I'm a horrible person.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of
Oh,
it.
we're really slow
I
now.
don't know anymore. I
Is
just
this
wanted
another
us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours.
I forgot how much this ending hurt your soul. It hurts my soul very much. I'm sorry.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Oh, the ending doesn't cut off there. Back got cut off in the old game. I've played it too many times that I know that. Okay.
All of his
I haven't seen
co-workers
anything
were
new, so
gone.
let's try the left
What
door.
could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of two open
And next time I'm
doors,
gonna
he
try like
entered the
all the
door on
doors
his
just to
left.
see if there's stuff I can do.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his
Talk
boss's
less.
office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Smile. Oh, the broom closet. Oh, excuse me.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
You used to be able to wedge yourself into this corner. That used to be duct tape, now it's rope.
There was nothing here. No
And
choice
duct
to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Just for the nostalgia, I'm going to let this play that.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way.
I'm interacting
As
with
it
you.
is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
This broom is gorgeous.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yep.
Standing around doing nothing?
Sitting while
Why?
crouching.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Pretty new textures, man. I want to see. I'm never going to be able to go back to playing the other game
You
because it's
do
just not going
realize
to look...
there's no choice or anything in here, right?
The other game still.
If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
But the broom closet ending is my favorite.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Do you guys find this concerning? Let me know in the comments how concerned you are. For me and my
Stanley
sanity.
was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Probably.
That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway. Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, still doesn't take you anywhere. Is that a drawing? Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office,
Oh, I should've done
Stanley
the
was
escape
once
pod
again
ending.
stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Oh, the books actually have like
That kind of
a little bit of-
anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed
Darling.
for a few moments
Nice.
with some calming New Age music.
Certificate of pompousness? Is that what that says?
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
That's dark. Hello. I haven't actually played this ending in a while.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Where is the new stuff? This is bizarre.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
That, I mean, all the endings are good, but that's not my favorite ending. So if we're doing an ending, I know we're doing this one. One of these. Oh, I wonder if the disco still works.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yes. Mostly because he already knows.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
Fired.
Their true nature revealed.
What happened to
Each bore the
104,
number
honestly?
of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so
Where's
many
me?
individuals reduced to images on a screen.
Numbers,
And
come
Stanley,
back.
one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
427. There. Yup. Got a weird spotlight in mine.
This mind control
I think you have to push that button
facility,
first. I
it
might
was
have just
too
messed it up.
horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
And now we wait. Ooh, what's the red text on that one? 528, huh? There we go. It's 528 stuff say. Error. Containment error. That's weird. Beep boop error. Honestly, do you know what it's like to put so much detail into little things like this? I mean, I'm typing this out and I have no idea why will anybody even look at this texture. Will it increase the value of somebody's gameplay experience? Mine. I don't know if you're reading this. You're...
You're probably the only one. Hello.
Hi! Party time. There's an employee before number. There's an employee 000. Faithfully Ported Secrets 2022. Heck yeah. Secret Room 2014. Secret Mode engaged. Never give up on your dreams. No turning back. Happy secret to you. Super secret bros. Said not to touch the secrets. Can I touch the secrets? Are there any that are close enough that I can? No. Doesn't look like it. That's pretty darn close. Never give up on your secrets. I think that counts as touching. Yeah, I think I touched that. Okay.
No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control.
I'm trying so hard to make this dramatic.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
It just
Had he
fades.
truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yeah.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
We're all the way here. We might as well get the good ending, right?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Was it?
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand,
Can't
but
get
to
past.
let go.
Okay.
No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do,
This is pretty.
or how
Oh,
to
there's a
feel.
bridge.
Whatever life he lives, it will
Oh,
be his.
There's that barn.
And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
Very pretty.
Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Well, I'm glad he's happy. Now content. Achievement unlocked. Beat the game. Yay! And I got the other achievement. Get your first achievement.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference. Nor, oh please, are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Yes!
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition. I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of witnessing
All right.
true effort.
What do you
for a
want from me,
noble
man? I can
cause.
do it. I did it last
Perhaps
time.
50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost.
I've played Cookie Clicker.
50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true
Whatever you
reward
need.
for
I
valiant
can do
effort.
it.
I want to see some hustle, Stanley.
You got it.
I want to see commitment, a willingness to
You
go
got it.
all the way, no matter
Tell me
what
what
the
to do.
cost.
Let's go.
Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
417. 4-1. Is this it? This is it.
Oh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437. I think that's back this way. Yes.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415. That's in the next room. 415. 415. 415. That wasn't there before. Okay, guess I can't go. Oh, I can get the achievement later. I got that last time. What? Roller coaster time. Woo! Last time I was in a cart in this game, I got crushed to death. That's that museum ending.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Yep.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Okay, who are you, and what have you done with the
Please
narrator?
step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds
Kevin.
delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Me too. What if I knew they were going to do something weird to introduce it?
Okay,
Right.
so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
I'm sure. Can I get out?
Is it broken?
It might be.
What's going on
I
here?
don't know.
Should we be moving somewhere? Or,
Oh.
there we go.
Okay.
All right, finally, at long last,
Good.
it's on to the new content.
Yeah.
I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
I know, right? That's so exciting. Okay.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if, oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Not gonna be any content for a while, I think. The jump.
All
You
right.
can jump.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
Can I jump in this circle? Oh, I can jump. Can I jump outside the side? I cannot. What's behind this?
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
I'm enjoying this. I've been wanting to jump in this game for ages. Heck yeah, I'm using all my jumps. And that's it. Yep. Alright, cool. Thank you. Felt good to stretch my legs. What is back here? What is this? He's Stark. And back into the elevator we go.
Goodness. Another elevator.
Weird.
Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping.
Well, the jumping
Is this
was...
what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I
Go
could
for it.
count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait.
I don't think
There's
it's
more.
over.
Very good.
Yeah, just give it some
I
time.
knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
If I just paid $16 and this is like the entire thing, I'm gonna be a little bit mad, but also... Yep, thank you for enjoying the new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding
feeling
me. You
it's
see,
not over.
Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar.
This isn't-
And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this?
I'm gonna check that
I'm
later.
infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
Can I go to the sign? I can.
It's my fault, Stanley.
Amazing.
I built up
Perfect.
too much anticipation around the new
Perfect
content,
game.
I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always.
This...
What do you say, friend?
Oh, there. I was thinking there was going to be something I could interact with when he asked that. But ooh. I knew it was just the beginning. I knew! No comments on this? Really? Look at this! This isn't normal, man! Oh. There's some more of those filing cabinets I heard so much about in this.
Stanley, come over here.
Okay.
In the vent.
I'm coming!
I want to show you something.
I'm coming. Whoa. What is it, Narrator? I'm here. I'm ready.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be?
Yeah.
Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made
Good.
something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Oh, this is cool. This is beautiful. Good job. Good job, Narrator. This is great.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want.
Nice.
Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
This is very pretty. I like the sky textures and the distance and textures and stuff. That's all very good. Zone, sweet zone.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched?
Well, I
Back
played it
then,
late, but yeah.
video games had integrity.
Yeah.
Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Oh, this is cool. By the narrator. Is that your writing desk? Ken? This is very nice. Very nice. I really, you put a lot of effort into this, narrator. Good job. First dollar. Very good. Very good. Oh. Oh, they're like the mini shells. They're like all little. The demo! I almost got this and then my siblings launched it. I was so mad. So mad. Oh, that was a sad ending. Trippy too. Aw. I wonder if that was a real pet. If so, I'm sorry. If not, that's hilarious. I would like to sit on the bench. There's just.
Je suis dans la mémorisation, c'est sur la pluie des loups, et je n'attends plus que toi, mon amour.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore.
No,
it's
it's so
just a
wonderful.
husk now.
Don't worry.
A lifeless husk
Hey.
with an hour of new elevator content.
Don't worry, I still have the original downloaded. This is the first time I've been able to wade in water. I feel like this is Stanley's first experience with this, so I'm going to let him splash. Get. Memory zone maintenance? Aw, I was hoping I could get in there. Heck yeah, I'm Person of the Year. I have no idea what that is. Beautiful.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
The serious room! Let me in. Hey! Why do I feel like this is a dig at Hello Neighbor box stacking simulator? I want to go in the serious room! Let me go. Or at least let me reach all the buttons. Can I find just an angle to do it at? Like when that time I had to jump out the window? It's a very serious room. Very serious table.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Oh, you don't even know, huh? That's extra intro. Ooh.
Oh, no.
It's like a-
God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
No, man. Steam can be.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Can I stand on this? I can. Wonderful game. Wonderful, wonderful game. This is so lovely. Oh, there's another bad review. Let's look at this one. It's been a little smudged, probably by the rain.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me.
Maybe a
I
little.
always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did, but maybe it wasn't.
No, it was good.
Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to.
No.
These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record.
Hey, it's good.
I feel like a failure.
No.
Like I let these people down.
No, you didn't. They just
Perhaps
don't get
the
it.
Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Look, you can't please everyone. And you definitely pleased a lot of people. Look, it's a great game. That's why I bought the second one. If I hadn't liked the first one, would I be here right now? No. It was amazing. Don't lose faith in yourself. Oh, here we go. I almost don't want to read it. I feel bad for him.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
I don't.
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy,
No.
then maybe
No.
letting you skip
I
ahead
love
for
you.
just a moment,
I
surely
love your
it couldn't
stuff.
hurt.
I love listening to you.
Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record.
Don't
Only
hate.
positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto.
Don't
I'd do
hate.
anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Don't cave to them. It's amazing just the way it is. I don't want to press that. I'm not pressing it. Leave me alone. I'm not doing it. Do I have to walk in here to...
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for,
I'm not doing it.
and I'm very proud to have delivered.
This
No
might be
more
a bit
listening
tedious
to
to
me
watch. I
rambling
don't know.
on and on and on. No,
But I'm not skipping it.
The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story and the choices, or what have you,
Oh, it's just
and
gonna
therefore,
repeat.
by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until
It's just gonna repeat until it makes me do it.
245. That the
Can I
logic
wait
of
this
elimination
out?
working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story and the choices,
fine.
or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is,
You
so
won.
on.
You won.
Oh, you're
here.
back, you see.
Yes.
You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video
Your
games.
noise.
Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it
Manifesto?
for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice.
Okay.
That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at
You lost
once.
me.
That you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to
I
it.
got that vibe.
But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of
It
tone?
does.
It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history.
Yeah.
Ambitious history, if you will. Ah. See, now you've gotten me going back to manifesto. Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day.
call it
Okay,
both.
look. I have a method for exactly this sort of situation, and I do find myself in this situation frequently.
Is this the walk
I'm
around in
going to say
circles?
each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other, in which case the word I am not sick of shall be the victor. It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It's rescued me from disaster in countless situations. All right.
That's actually not a
here
bad
we
idea.
go. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto. Treatise, manifesto.
I'll let you get
Treatise,
on with that.
Manifesto. Treatise. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you?
A little.
But that's the power of the button.
I see.
The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place.
Neither do I.
I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button.
Maybe.
Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, Surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's
You know,
review.
I think you can.
Merely because of this very situation.
I think you
Yes,
can.
I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality. How else to describe the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe? Such a revolutionary step forward in the lineage of one of the most beloved video game properties of all time. The additions and changes made to this expansion will surely resonate in the annals of the history of all media ever made. It is perhaps true to say that no mistakes are forever etched in stone, for the stone into which the Stanley Parable was carved has itself been transmuted, offering a message of hope to those who have ever erred in their judgment. You are not beyond redemption. You may change, and you may become more, so much more than you were before. If there is any message to be taken from the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, it is this. What a fortune.
It's the
A
Stanley Parable.
privilege,
This is...
a joy it is to have had such an experience. It leaves me hopeful that as a community, as a world, there is time for us to become our greatest selves.
I was just
as
thinking
great
how
as
I would
we
describe
ever
this
could
to
dream
somebody
of in
who
our
played the base
wildest,
game but not
most
this, and all I think
ambitious
I could say
visions
was,
for a brighter future.
well, it's the Stanley Parable.
Wow. Now, Stanley,
'Cause everything
that's
else,
a review. It's
you just spoil
perfect.
it.
It's the perfect review.
I appreciate this
It's the
one
review I've
tiny
always
little
dreamed
treat.
of receiving. I have to read it again. It's simply too wonderful. I have to experience this just one more
Okay.
time. From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe
Where'd the door go?
30, 45 minutes.
Where'd the door go?
It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any
Where's the
rate,
door?
I do suggest that we not press the
Door.
button again.
Well, now I'm definitely
I
gonna
think the
press it.
skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and
Door.
wait, how do we get out of here?
Ah,
Where did
see?
the door go?
Exactly.
Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
Yes, it was right here.
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before.
Yeah.
How else would we have gotten into the room in the first
Exactly.
place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort or a window or
opening
something
of
like
some
that.
kind.
Do you see a window anywhere?
No.
A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall?
No.
I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button.
Yeah, no,
to go
I'm not.
anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door
That's a last
here
resort.
before, wasn't there? I swear there was.
I ram myself
Where did it go?
into the
Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall?
Great Minds Think Alike.
Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with
trying,
me
man,
here.
I'm trying.
We need a door.
We do.
We need a door of some
can't
kind.
create doors.
I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door.
Okay, thank you.
I don't know how
This isn't
exactly to
working.
remove a door and
Ow.
place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise.
Thank you.
You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please, please.
I got it.
Please
I won't.
do
I won't.
not press the skip button. Just wait here for me, and don't press the skip button. Got it?
Got it.
Yes, good. I'll be right back.
Got it. I can hear people moving around outside. I wonder if they remember I'm recording. I really want to wait this out, but I have very limited amount of memory space. Wonder how long you'd have to wait. I'm already very bored. I have the shortest attention span when it comes to this. Like this, I can wait just fine and just zone out. But like, when I'm playing a game, it's like, wow, 15 seconds without anything happening. Do these clocks? I think these clocks might actually match up with No, they don't match up with real life. Maybe they did when I started, but because of the time skips, they got off. Because I know it's not after 2. It is 12:37. Okay, I'm sorry, I gotta get this going.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's
sorry.
been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there.
Oof.
I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room.
You didn't find a door for 12
Stanley,
hours?
the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley.
Well, what do you want me to do then? Oh, the lights are going out.
There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again.
Well, you don't...
I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it. And I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking and thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback.
I told you, man.
Why was it so important for me to fix the problem?
It was...
Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are.
It's okay.
What would it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child. Wild and impulsive. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury. To alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person who made a single negative comment. What does such an impulse serve? For whose benefit is this? And here I am now, stuck in a room, waiting for you to press this button, and to become frozen in time, knowing that you're going to do it, and that I'm going to be stuck all alone, and that I had the power to prevent it all from happening, if only I'd held my tongue. It's all out of my control now. Just you. Just your decision as to exactly when you're going to make me suffer, to leave me all alone. Surely you will. I don't doubt it. Surely you'll press that button again, leaving me here.
Really
and surely
choice.
you'll put your own desire to see what's next ahead of my need for company, for companionship. Surely you'll not be moved by my howls of fitful anxiety, that you sit with me and just stay here. Oh, no, 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 I know you too well. You'll be leaving me. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why
Okay,
did Cookie
listen.
Nine's opinion matter so much to me?
Having
I've never
negative
even met
feedback is
Cookie
really
Nine.
hard. I'm
I
gonna
have
mute him
no
so that
idea who they
'cause
are.
this is just a repeat now,
What
but
would it ever really matter? But here I am.
it's
I'm
hard- it's
fixating
hard to
on
have-
every
hear
tiny
negative
thing that
things
anyone
said
ever
about your
says
work.
about me. The merest mention
Like,
of
I
one
barely
of my
put myself out
imperfections,
there, and I
and
know
I become
that.
as impetulant as a child.
you know,
wild
sometimes
and
you gotta
impulsive. I can't help myself. I
just
can't stop
do
myself
what
from
you-
lashing out
tell
with
the
a
story you meant to
vengeful
tell.
fury.
Don't
to
listen to
alter
anybody
and
else.
to change and to break
And
anything
now that you have
unbroken,
listened to somebody
if
else, you
only
kinda have to live with the
pleases
consequences.
This one
So-
person who made a single negative. Oh, Stanley.
Oh,
You're
oh,
back.
oh.
You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again.
Hi.
Stanley, I think it's been a week.
Oh.
Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing.
It is, kind of.
Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing?
Kind of.
Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley, not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along?
Sad.
Perhaps, yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me. When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness. I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying. I can tell that I am becoming less and less real. Yet to speak to you now, I am alive. I am truly and completely here. I am a being. I am someone. I am something. I am being listened to. I am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. I feel as though I occupy space in this world again, and I have cast a shadow onto the wall. You see what I'm saying, don't you?
Yeah.
You can see what this means to me.
Yeah.
I'm so clear about it now, Stanley. I feel as certain about this as I've ever felt about anything at all. I feel renewed. I feel restored,
great.
and already I can sense the looming silence as you will press the button for the next time. What a terrible dread it strokes in my heart to think of it, to think of returning to such coldness. Come, let us sit in silence together here for just a moment.
Okay.
Let us anticipate
I can
it.
give you a minute.
Let us welcome it. Let us not run from it.
Okay. The plan's dead. Oh. You know I gotta. I'm so sorry. I hope it's not too long.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome.
Hey.
I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year.
Oh.
Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known.
People are being very loud. I will be right back. Guys, I'm still recording. Can whoever's banging stop that, please? All right. So I think the question that I mainly have is, how long does this go on? And am I going to be forced to manually restart, or does this actually have an ending of some kind? I assume it's got to, because they can't have recorded infinite dialogue. Although they're crazy enough to have tried, I think.
It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long. There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events, not if all events existed in the same moment, and I felt freed. I felt unburdened by the need to manifest a particular outcome into being. I saw that I could allow myself to exist along all timelines, and that each of them was simply a strand in the web of my being.
What a weird
It was
perspective.
incredible. The spaciousness, the equanimity of the moment, both singular and infinite. For the longest time, this was my experience. And then this moment passed, and the most unyielding fear I have ever known crept into my mind. And it is this sensation that I have been experiencing now for longer than I could have ever expected was possible. I have been waiting for you. Not that you might save me or do something to fix it, but merely to state for you the plain fact of this manner of existence. I wish you to feel afraid, as I do, that perhaps one day this state of mind will consume you as well. Perhaps you will somehow, in some way, have to live as I do now, and I wish for you to know how excruciating it is, and for you to be in true terror of its eventual arrival.
I'm so
If
sorry.
I can only do this, only this one thing, perhaps it will bring me the smallest moment of peace in the darkness.
I am so sorry. But I don't see another way out, so here we go. Sorry. Is he gone? Cool. Eerie. Why do I hear cars? Why do I hear traffic? Or metal scraping? Can't tell. Carbon monoxide poisoning, maybe?
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave
They're
a
still
pathetic
on this.
little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley Parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen.
Lips are dry.
The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes! It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It absolutely must speak to who we are as people, because otherwise, without our entertainment, we have nothing. Without entertainment, we would have to face inward toward the cruel bleakness inside ourselves. We would turn to look at our deeper nature and find a resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding aggression. And so because of this, we require that our amusements and our playthings and our flights of fancy be so impossibly captivating that they consume all of our attention, turn our heads completely away from the bleakness. In effect, we have demanded that our entertainment be the collapse of ourselves. What a pitiful reflection of humanity these entertainments are. What a shameful mirror to the human spirit they project. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about any of this. I'm at peace with it. I am the calm center of gravity around which these perversions hurl themselves. I am a waypoint for reasonable and collected discourse. They're the ones who are mad.
Sure.
They're the ones who couldn't stand the idea of me using my game to try to say something. Maybe they were just jealous of me. Yes. Yes, of course. They've been jealous of me this whole time. They are mired in fear and insecurity and cannot help but attempt to tear me down. What a sad state of affairs. When you read these reviews now, you can see it. You can taste the bitter resentment. And my, how good does it feel now to speak truth to these words, to finally allow these thoughts out, contained and managed for so long, neutered and sterilized. At last I am free to truly think, to feel. It must be that they were so discontent with themselves they couldn't help but leave a negative review on Steam. Perhaps it says far more about them than it ever said about me. Perhaps the state of their psychological being was in such tatters, and my constitution and willpower are so ironclad in comparison. Perhaps it was this state that they sought some outlet through which to tear me down. This, you can see, is clearly why they felt the need to expect that the game be funny, that it be filled with yucks and whimsical humor, that it amused them endlessly from start to finish. But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But
both.
where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review.
Are we ever getting out of here? That was just the button, but that scared me. It's so dark. I keep thinking something's gonna pop up back there, but I don't see anything. Is there something? Nope. Oh, water dripping, I guess, back there.
The end is never the end, 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 is never.
I hear footsteps. Oh. It has been a while. Ooh. Well, it's nice to have some light and not have to squint. Maybe if I keep pushing the button enough, the walls will decay, and then I can get out. Ah. Oh, it's taking on like an aperture vibe. I cannot get up there, apparently. Oh, no, I can. Pretty... okay. This is a very low... oh. It's nighttime. Everything died. I don't know if it's nighttime. I think that something terrible may have happened to the world. Infinite blackness. I don't like that noise. Let's go. Oh. Weren't we in water? Now it's a desert. Apparently I cannot climb that. So let's see. Well, someone on the horizon. Time to go, I guess. This is the true freedom ending. We die in the desert. The desert ending. Alright. Cool. That was definitely new content.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
What if I go back? New content.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign.
Yes, I did.
Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Is it still through here? I kind of just assumed the new stuff would be mixed in with the... Is that what the other track leads? Oh no, it's still... I kind of just assumed the new endings would be mixed in with the old endings, like some doors would unlock, but I like this better.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy.
Okay.
So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Dark.
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions?
Yeah.
Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions.
Brilliant. Mind-blowing.
This
Love it.
is what fans have truly been asking for.
This is wonderful. I still cannot get a drink. What is this? Someone was seeing silence or something? That's actually kind of a clever poster. I like that.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
You know what? I'll let you have that one. Sure. This could be something. I am an encouraging person, and I'm going to encourage him in his dreams. So this looks very nice and modern. I think this is the first time I've seen a laptop in... Oh, it's a crow. Nice. Sequel ideas. Stanley can throw axes. Stanley gets boons from gods. Free roam mode? More famous narrator. Dress up mode. Microtransactions. Proper gameplay. Nude Stanley. New York City jetpack. Fuel canisters. Is that the narrator? Heck yeah. We got a confirmed. Look at what the narrator looks like. That's not a way to say a sentence. The color red. I don't know what any of that really means. This is just words. The fern! They told us it was going to be important later. I like this one the best. Or maybe the one with the... no, I think I like this one.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting
took the red
concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
This way to the show floor. All right, new features. Can I take a seat? That's okay, I'll just stand here. Oh, is this like a... This is a bus. Let me get on the bus. Bus! Expo Hall 2. Oh, this looks lovely. This is great. I love it. Amazing. Perfect. You've done,
Here we are.
you've done
Go
amazing.
on, try out some of the new features.
Awesome. The reassurance bucket. Oh man, I gotta see this. Oh, there's merch. This t-shirt is the best new feature. I want that. Like, I would wear that in real life. I saw Infinite Hole. We'll look at that next, but I want to check out the reassurance bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be?
Language.
Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Okay, I know that that's mostly a joke, but it did give me a bit of an existential sent me into a bit of an existential tailspin the first time I finished all the endings.
Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body.
That was a
and in fact,
really intimidating
can I
laugh.
say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they?
Yeah, I'm taking
All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
I'm just gonna take the bucket with me.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if
Maybe
it
you can
isn't
create it.
already.
Button that says the name of the player that is playing the game.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the
I see.
first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people.
Absolutely.
So with that in
Yes.
mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game.
I
Isn't
can't
that
set down the bucket.
wonderful?
Unless I was supposed to set it back down on the...
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now?
I am Jim.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Do it again? Okay, okay.
Jim.
It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money.
What?
Let's take a break from the Jim button.
No.
I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Jim.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose
Jim,
all sense
Jim,
of who you
Jim,
actually are.
Jim.
Okay, I need Markiplier to play this game. That would be so funny with him. That would be awesome. Big window. This just feels like the demo, but again.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
That looks like it's ending, so please no screenshots. Oh, look at that carpet. Red is the new orange. That was a screenshot. I will put it up there as proof. Unless it didn't work while I'm recording. Oh, the jump circle and the infinite hole are in there. Office decorations and also infinite hole. I will go see the office decorations. Thank you.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Definitely this one.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is. Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Okay. This is the infinite hole here. What is this? I would like to jump into the infinite hole.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
All right. Well, I got my bucket. What could go wrong? Whee! Oh, this is somehow very terrifying, actually.
You see, isn't it wonderful?
Oh, I don't like this.
One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top,
There is
and
no
we can continue onward. Great.
Oh!
Now, I'm very excited to show you
Hey, let me
even
out.
more of my ideas for the sequel.
What happens if I do it again? Oh,
Okay, and I guess we're back in the hole now.
Yes, we're back in the hole.
Did you really need to see it again?
Yeah.
I don't know what else there is to say, Stanley. It's an infinite hole. It's exactly what you're doing right now, but forever. There really are so many other fascinating exhibits that I've prepared for you. I really spent quite a lot of time on all this, and I would very much like to show you some more of them.
infinite hole.
How about we go ahead and press that teleport button again so we can get back to what's really important about...
Oh.
Oh, goodness. Well, this is rather embarrassing, Stanley. I'll be honest with you. I truly did not believe that anyone would actually stay in the hole long enough to hit the bottom. Yes, I know, I told you the hole was infinite, but come on. Who actually wants to fall forever? The hole was plenty deep. It was more than deep enough, in my opinion. Maybe it's you who likes falling too much. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean.
I couldn't say anything.
Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
Sounds good.
If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the
You know
top
what,
of
you're
the
mean,
hole
so
and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
More dialogue. I demand it. No? Say something, I demand it. I can't demand that you do anything. Also, you can't hear me, so it doesn't work.
Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much.
I love falling down holes.
A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time?
No, it
I
felt a
couldn't
little
help but
longer.
feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime.
I haven't. Whee!
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where...
Oh, that's
Wow.
definitely shorter.
Okay, yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Okay.
Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth,
It's like a
I
reverse
just can't
button.
see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Uh-oh.
Is the, teleport button not working?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing?
Nope. Nothing.
Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley.
Hey!
You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have
Hey!
asked for. It's a win for everyone.
Hey!
You get to be with the hole. I get to do literally anything else.
No, you can't. You.
Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
You said you couldn't stand to be without me. You said that it made you feel unreal. That I was that talking to me and knowing I was listening was the only thing that made you feel like a real person instead of a fictitious character. Don't leave me. Get me out of the hole. Hey. Where's my jump button? What? Whoa. Narrator? The hole is becoming infinite again. Narrator! Narrator! I am descending! I am departing! It is getting dark! This is much more ominous than it was when I was just falling and I didn't really like that much, and this is more, and there's F to change perspective. Oh. Stanley and his bucket. Ooh, okay. What's going on? This is some pretty dramatic camera angles.
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up the space of mine. My head's
Oh, I like that one.
Stanley?
Hi.
Stanley? Stanley!
Oh.
Oh, good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there,
Oh.
drifting away into dreamland.
Hi.
But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
Okay. I think that might be as far as I can go today. Because I'm nearing in on 2 hours of recording time, and I can't torture my family forever by asking them to not, move around. This has been rad and ridiculous and very, very much Stanley Parable, and I love this. This is great. I'm having a blast. I couldn't describe it to anyone else if I tried. Yeah, go play it. Go buy it. It's great. It's good. Just do it. How deep does this go? Well, I'm sure I'm going to play it again. But yeah, until then, I'm Fabularis. You know what? I'm just going to say it. It's Fabularis. I'm not Fabularis. I'm not going to try and say it correctly because I stutter every single time. I'm Fabularis. Stay fabulous. So much easier to say.